Welcome to NAILBA's ID Network. I'm your host, Katie Fallinger, and here on the ID video channel, you'll see exclusive interviews from changemakers and key voices within independent brokerage distribution. NAILBA CEO Dan Looper recently sat down with Tiffany Markarian, Managing Director with Advantis Marketing and NAILBA Allied member. Have a listen.
Tiffany, tell us about Advantis Marketing.
I'm happy to. Advantis Marketing, I've been in the business now 25 years. I'm the managing director and founder. And what that means to BGAs, wealth advisors, really the financial services community, the goal is to help them get over historical sticking points. For those that are mature. For those that are looking to take their business to another level, it's understanding the marketplace. And where is your best marketplace based on capacity, staff, geography, opportunities that are starting to grow within financial services. And Dan, we all know the opportunities are starting to splinter into all different niches within financial services and rapidly. So our main focus is working with firms, particularly BGAs, because they're in the most prime position right now from the insurance community side. And I say that because there are a lot of dynamic professionals. But when you look at BGAs and the objectivity and the ability to represent the marketplace, from the traditional product lines to the point of solution, aka point of sale, even representing the fee-only products, they cover the marketplace. And when I mention that so many of these financial services niches have come into play, not all of them have insurance as their core. So this is an opportunity for the BGA to expand distribution, but serve these markets and make sure clients are being served with risk management.
You have a wealth of knowledge of working around brokerage general agencies. You've worked with quite a few of them. Where did you build this knowledge? How did Advantis get started? What's your background that tied you in so well to working with many BGAs that are part of NAILBA?
My history started 25 years ago this year with an All-America financial firm out in New England, working as a business development director with 40 advisors, working all product lines, and then moved into New England Financial to work with all of their offices around the country on market development, recruiting, and in many cases, merging of firms to create larger opportunities in marketplaces. That was a real privilege and opportunity because that was the real family culture. And to me, the BGAs have just recreated that all over again in each of their offices, that family culture. From there, I moved to John Hancock, doing the same thing, working within their field offices, helping them expand distribution. So always on the market development, always on the business development side, positioning their firms in the marketplace. And went to a wealth advisory firm for 7 years as their director of business development. So all these niches in financial services, I've lived them, I've breathed them, including all of the regulatory and dealing with change management with staff and employees and recruiting. It brings a perspective to these BGAs who are looking to do the same thing as mature BGAs.
Well, let's talk about perspective, because we were able to meet because of your work with various brokerage general agencies. I'm going to hit you with a curveball. You are contacted by a BGA. They say, Tiffany, we want to grow our agency. We need your help. You're the one that has been recommended to us. You walk in, what's the first question you throw at the principal?
The first question I throw at them is, let's talk about your view of the marketplace. Let's talk about what concerns you. Let's talk about what opportunities you've been trying to capture. And more importantly, trust in me that if you talk about strategies, if you talk about issues, concerns, I treat every BGA with confidence. I never share strategies, but I want your view of the marketplace, and I'll share with you what I'm seeing. Because I have the privilege in my own clientele of working with all facets of financial services. So if you're thinking about a marketplace, there's probably a discussion that we can have, and I can help point you in the right track, but it has to start with your point of view.
We had a wonderful opportunity for NAILBA to partner with Advantis Marketing this past year on a new initiative that is changing the value prop for many NAILBA member agencies to get involved with NAILBA. We were, thanks to the support of North American, we were able to create the Business Practices Initiative for mature BGAs and next-gen leaders. Touched on a lot of different issues. We're going to be doing it again, called 2.0 this year because of the positive feedback we received. First year, there were a number of issues, but talk a little bit about the issues that were hit on this past year especially in working with and understanding RIAs and metrics. You can't succeed without metrics.
Sure. Before we talk about what we touched upon in terms of the business practices, the why. We did this because BGAs are sitting at a crossroad of opportunity. The opportunity from, again, distribution, business practices, including operations, technology. Then you have to look at how do we work with carriers and how do we work within a regulatory environment.
Sure.
That was the why. We're taking mature businesses and mature businesses that have been around for decades, that have had a model that has worked well for decades. Now to capture a new opportunity may require some adaptation. It may require helping the team come along. Again, overcoming some historical sticking points.
Sure.
But also, how do we capture opportunities so we don't make mistakes along the way? That was the why. And this was designed, again, for the mature BGA and the next gen leader, as we know, who are taking over.
Right.
So this year, we actually talked to our members and we asked them what are some of the key areas that if NAILBA were to bring value, if any outside consultant were to bring value, beyond product, beyond the normal things, the networking that most BGAs had access to, what do you need to move forward? And they told us we need things such as understanding our metrics better, understanding are we sitting low because we have low-level business that's not allowing us to capture the high-level opportunities, so capacity issues. How do we deal with that change management with our staff and help them to see opportunity and show them what's really happening out in the world, because they see their day-to-day and they're trying to push things from A to Z. But there's new types of advisors out there, and we have to adapt our model. Then we looked at things such as the consumers. And if we're going to reach a diverse consumer base, we have to reach a diverse level of advisors and brokers, whomever you're working with. And then we touched upon things such as labor laws. We're not done, though. There is cybersecurity. There are the efficient processing of commissions. There is the continued use of technology, like Vive, like we've heard about.
Absolutely.
So all of these things together, we're trying to bring value by bringing business practices, again, that affect the mature BGA, the next gen leader, to expand distribution, gain capacity, build sustainable revenue and growth.
And exclusive for NAILBA.
It is exclusive.
Exclusive for NAILBA membership. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention how we got to know each other.
Okay.
NAILBA introduced the Allied membership, a brand new membership category in 2019 that was designed for businesses that work within independent distribution, not just the broker general agency, not just our carrier partners, but everybody else that's out there that's making these helping these BGAs become successful. You, Advantis Marketing, were member 001. So tell us when you first saw that, because you signed up before we even went mass promotion on it. We leaked it out there. You were able to become aware of it. What made you join NAILBA as an Allied member?
I'll tell you where it started.
Okay.
I knew that many of the members were asking the same questions, those whom I work with.
Yeah.
And I said, Dan, I would love to produce an article to educate more BGAs. And you brought it to me and said, well, it just so happens that we have this Allied membership opportunity. And when we talked about it, it is a way for individuals and firms like myself, those that have services that are necessary and valuable to members, it's an opportunity to expand and bring education. But I saw it as much more than that.
Sure.
So yes, it was an opportunity, but for me, if I'm going to work with your members, your BGAs, and partner with some of the carriers, this is advocacy. So I want to make sure that I'm supporting the organization that is there to legislate, work with them in terms of understanding the marketplace, bring ideas to the table. That's the real reason. It was advocacy and the opportunity to just give some of these ideas on a wider scale.
Fantastic response, and thank you for being Allied member 001. We're going to have the NAILBA 39 promotion open up soon, and we'll have the next edition of the Business Practices Initiative that you will once again spearhead.
Thank you for that. If I may say one thing to other potential Allied members.
Sure.
Again, having been in the business for a while, and I know a lot of your members have been in business, longer than me, a few decades, but they're some of the best people you're going to meet.
Yeah.
You will come across all different advisors, firms, business models across financial services, but there's something special about the BGA community because they're independent, they're entrepreneurial, In many cases, they are not like other facets where they work under a corporate structure. They run their P&L, they run their business, they build their cultures, they build their marketplaces, and they do so with honor and respect, and so it is a privilege. They are some of the best people you will meet.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Watch for new videos in the ID Network every week at nailba.org. And be sure to follow us on social media. We've linked all the places you can find NAILBA below. And don't forget to save the date for the next annual meeting. NAILBA 39 happens November 18th through the 20th in Hollywood, Florida. We've got those details for you below as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon.